What's up, y'all? It's raining today, obviously. Good thing is our camera's waterproof, so that's cool. Something I wanted to talk about since it's raining is with permaculture and regenerative agriculture and trying to do things the way that nature intended. You have to observe what's going on. What's the water doing? What's the land doing? What's the, what are the cycles on your property? So I'm gonna go check out some spots here today. We're gonna go check out the creek and see what that looks like. I would imagine that there's probably quite a bit of water flowing. Get these barn doors opened up here. All right. So let me grab some tools and we will head down to the creek. Okay, so one of the big projects that I've had on the farm in the past couple seasons is trying to get all of our infrastructure back up and running. We've got a creek that runs through the middle of the ground, and unfortunately, several years ago when the logging company came through and logged our ground, they log jammed the creek and it turned into a whole swampy mess, and that's been a bit of a project. I've finally got it unjammed. I've got the logs out of it and I've been working on clearing it. But now that we have this rain and we've been getting a lot of rain overnight, I think it's gonna be a good opportunity to go down and check it out and see what the water looks like, see where the pinch points are at. And I'm gonna take my hoe and do my best to try and shape that up so that way the water will flow better. So some of you guys might have seen one of my cultural principles that I spray painted in the barn that says embrace the suck. A lot of people may not know where that term comes from. I picked it up from a lot of my veteran friends. I volunteer with an organization that has a lot of veterans involved, and a lot of my veteran friends have taught me what embrace the suck means. And basically what I'm doing right now is definitely embracing the suck, right? I'm out here in the pouring rain. It's like 34 degrees. I can't feel my hands, but I'm gonna go dig in the creek and make sure that our water's flowing in the direction that it needs to. So that's what embracing the suck is, if you were wondering. Okay, so we're down here at the intersection of where our creeks come together. So you can see that we've got some pretty good flow here. That's exciting. I just recently cleaned that section of creek out. So this is the first time I've actually seen it running. So you can see here that I've pulled, me and a buddy, I had a friend come and visit the farm, and since I had an extra set of hands, I went ahead and utilized him being willing to help me, and we got the creek unjammed the other day. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. We basically just took a couple shovels and we were able to dig the logs up and pull them up out of the way. And now you can see we've got quite the flow in the creek. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of like, shape this up a little bit so that way the water, we can maximize the flow of water. But really guys, this is super exciting for me. This has been a project that's been ongoing for about 3 years. So to be able to see this creek flow again is really, really awesome. All right, so we got that section cleaned up. Now we're gonna go downstream a little bit and see where our next major jam's at and see if we can get that unclogged. So I'm sure somebody's probably wondering, why are you doing this? What's the point? Well, there's a few different reasons. One, I'm just trying to get the progress moving. But two, like I said, it's way better for the land. This is actually a big problem in the United States, is water management. And if this same concept that I'm doing on this very, very small scale was scaled up to clean out all of the creeks and rivers and waterways in our nation, you'd be amazed at how much better the earth would be able to defend herself from natural disasters. So that's part of it, is I don't want my land to flood. I don't want any more trees to get rotted out at the bottom. So we're gonna do our best to help Mother Nature out. So as I said before, this whole area was a swamp because this creek wasn't flowing and it was so jammed up. So long-term goal, get rid of the swamp. Make the trees healthier, make the land healthier. Everybody's happy. All right, so that's the after product. And then if we go right here, you can see another spot where that hasn't quite been cleaned out yet. So you can definitely see the major difference there. I mean, that water's moving. The water's moving, but it's just barely trickling. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys to a spot where I haven't really worked a whole lot. I just recently started clearing this area, so let's go check that out. It's gonna be up this way. The water's flowing, it's just not flowing super well. You know, there's a lot of debris and a lot of junk through here. So let's go up a little further. It looks like we've got a waterfall. Okay, y'all, that'll probably do it for today. I am soaking wet and I'm freezing. And I just realized that I still have my cell phone in my pocket, so I'm really hoping that it's not too wet and I didn't ruin it. I really appreciate you guys watching. This is just a little bit of an insight on what I'm doing on the land, why I'm doing it. You know, it's just, progress is important. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, be safe.